Good afternoon, everybody. Calm Biker here. Just heading back on my lunchtime ride back to Beverley. Quick run out, run back. 2 vlogs recorded. Not a bad bit of productive time there. I'll get back to that non-productive work now. I wonder if any of you have come across the Who Moved My Cheese story. There is a point to this, by the way, which I'll get to at the end if I remember. There's a really, I suppose as a story it's not bad for getting a message across, but businesses use it in a really terrible way. The story is about embracing change and the fact that the environment changes, things you use change, and that you have to change in order to keep up. And this is absolutely true. I mean, in my job, if you're not spending... Oh, that road there is a real testicle remover. I always forget, there's a huge lump in the road. It's like a tree root's going across or something. Anyway, back to the story. Yeah, in my job, if you're not spending 10 or 15 hours a week learning new things, then you're getting behind, because in software everything moves so fast. So, it's a good message that you need to change with the times. But sometimes that message isn't delivered very well, or sometimes it's delivered inappropriately. So, anyway, but the story, in case you haven't heard it, if you look up Who Moved My Cheese, or Where's the Cheese, something like that, you'll probably find it. But essentially, it's a story of 2 mice and 2 tiny people. They have to be tiny because they have to be the same size as the mice. I'm guessing not a huge amount of thought went into this. But every day they're going to a maze, and they go to the same place where there's a cheese dispenser. And they grab the cheese and eat the cheese and they're happy. And this continues for a very long time. And everything is the same and everyone's happy. And then one day, the 2 mice, I can't remember what they're called, but I want to call them Scratch and Sniff, because when we had mice, that's what we called our pet mice. So, Scratch and Sniff got to the cheese dispenser one day and found that there was no cheese. So they thought, oh, what are we going to do? Well, we best go looking and find some more cheese. So they carried on looking around the maze, and they found another cheese dispenser that was full of cheese, and they were happy, because they'd moved with the times, you see. Now, the 2 little people, I've never had pet people, so I don't know what to call them. So let's call them Bill and Ben. I think it's something like Ham and Hem, or something like that. But anyway, they get to the cheese dispenser, and there's no cheese. They say, well, there's no cheese, what are we going to do? We're going to starve. Anyway, they go away, and they come back another day, and there's still no cheese. And they never realise that somebody's moved the cheese. Now, I'm sure there's more to the story than that, I'm paraphrasing. But because they don't move with the time, they get no cheese. So this is this thing of moving with the chimes, and changing as things change. Now, I've said there was a point to this, and I'm going to get to that point now, and this is where the story breaks down, and where the concept breaks down. And this is another message pointed at Google. And I just want Google to stop moving my cheese. Because the idea of the story, the cheese story, is that you should move with the times because the world is improving. Maybe that cheese dispenser is a better cheese dispenser, or it gives you better cheese, and that's why the old one got left behind. I've closed off my lane. But Google are getting it wrong. The idea isn't that you've got to change because... Oh, rather, the idea is you've got to change because things are getting better, not you just got to change for the sake of it. So with your stupid messaging systems, Google, they're not getting any better, so stop moving my cheese. The one that spat me off, that annoyed me the other day, probably noticed I do a few videos with music in, and more of my music is coming from the Free Music Archive and less from YouTube, from its YouTube audio library, even though some of the music in the YouTube audio library is pretty damn good. Certainly good enough for my videos, because my videos aren't that good. But I'll tell you what, I'll go that way because you'll be able to hear me if I go this way. It's a faster road. Google are making things better, and in some cases are making things worse, and the YouTube library, audio library, is one of them. So it was before that I could put together a few clips or a clip, and then I could look at how long that clip was that I wanted to put to music, and go on to the YouTube audio library and find a piece of music that was exactly that length, or within a second or two. You know, if I had a clip that was 3 minutes 37 seconds long, and I found a bit of music that fit really well with it that was 3 minutes and 39 seconds long, then I could cheat. I could either extend the clip a bit by adding a bit before or a bit after, or, because it's such a tiny difference, I could just slow down, use a bit of slow motion. And similarly, if it was a second quicker, I could just use a bit of speeding up. You know, instead of running the clip at 100% speed, maybe I'm running it at 100.3% speed, and nobody would know any difference. Or I could just speed up or slow down the music, because the human ear can't pick up that difference. But now they've decided that you can't do that anymore, so they've actually made the YouTube audio library worse. Now, if you are an audio library user, you'll know that the best thing they could do to improve it would be to make the music better and put more music in it. And if they didn't want to do that, then it doesn't really need changing. But what they have done instead is they've made it so that you can no longer say, I want a clip of this particular length. Now you have to say, I want a clip that's between 3 minutes and 4 minutes long, and you have to scroll up and down through the music to find one that's the right length for you. So yeah, just another rant really. Just another FRO Google. But I can't put it, I mean, I've not done an FRO in a long time, but I can't put it in my FRO list, because if I did, it would be FRO Google, followed by FRO Barrett House Plumbing, followed by FRO Google, followed by FRO something else, followed by FRO Google. Thanks for watching, everyone. Ride safe, eat cheese, and I'll talk to you all again soon.